right now on 5 on your side at 10.
With 20 hours left to live, Governor Parson makes a decision about this St. Louis County man's death sentence.
Why do we kill people? To show that killing people is wrong.
Tonight, we unearth the crime scene footage from 26 years ago. Plus, a tragedy in Jefferson County. We verify how it's inspiring new laws across the country.
And our top story tonight, showers and thunderstorms moving into the area now. How strong they'll be and when they'll move out.
We're staying on top of breaking news out of Washington, D.C. tonight. Crowds have gathered outside the Supreme Court following an extraordinary report from Politico.
It comes just an hour after Politico released a leaked draft opinion suggesting the High Court will overturn Roe versus Wade. That's the 1973 case which legalized abortion nationwide. This is considered a huge breach of the High Court. We've been looking through social media. Senator Josh Hawley tweeted, "The left continues its assault on the Supreme Court with an unprecedented breach of confidentiality, clearly meant to intimidate. The justices mustn't give in to this attempt to corrupt the process. Stay strong." Missouri Democrats tweeted, "Chills. If this draft were to become final in June, the stripping of fundamental rights would collapse communities and women's rights." To be clear, as of tonight, the Supreme Court has yet to issue a ruling in this case. Opinions and justices' votes could change and often do during the drafting process. The court is expected to rule on the case before its term is up. That would be by late June or early July.
Severe weather tonight to our southwest. This is new video of a funnel cloud forming in Oklahoma just hours ago. There were several tornado watches and warnings issued in the state.
We do have a threat of thunderstorms overnight. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is tracking the timing and what we can expect out of these storms. Scott?
Well, that sky's already lit up off to the west and southwest of St. Louis through parts of mid-Missouri right now down into the Ozarks. Those thunderstorms are moving towards St. Louis, but they're not severe. We've had a couple of warnings here and there, but for the most part, those warnings have been way out of the 5 on your side area, and none of what we're seeing pushing towards us right now has severe weather associated with it. But a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning, and yes, we are looking at downpours, maybe even some pea-sized hail as that's trying to push towards St. Louis. Timing on the stronger storms, they'll push into St. Louis along about 11 o'clock or so, give or take a few minutes. They'll be west of St. Louis during the course of this hour. So by 11 o'clock, midnight, that area of showers and thunderstorms with the downpours, maybe some pea-sized hail slides on through. There may be a few stronger storms farther south of St. Louis, but the overall threat for severe weather extremely low. But these are noisy storms for some of us, given all that cloud-to-ground lightning. Downpours, small hail, the main threat, other than lack of sleep from all that lightning and thunder. And then it's mostly over by daybreak.
All right, Scott, and we'll check back. Tonight, a 15-year-old boy is recovering after being shot in the hand. This happened less than 2 hours ago at Amherst Park in the city's West End neighborhood. No word yet on his condition. We're working on that. 5 on your side keeps track of shootings in the city. According to our records, this is the 45th child under the age of 17 shot in St. Louis this year. We're now less than 20 hours away from the first execution in Missouri this year.
This morning, Governor Mike Parson and the Supreme Court declined to grant clemency to Carman Deck for the 1996 killing of a couple in DeSoto. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki joins us on what comes next in this case. Holden.
Well, Ann, I spoke with one of Carman Deck's attorneys just after 5 o'clock this evening, and she told me that Deck's execution at 6 o'clock tomorrow is all but inevitable at this point. However, as groups across the state plan rallies against the death penalty, newly uncovered archive footage shows how the community reacted in the aftermath of these killings.
The murders of Jim and Zelma Long have haunted the greater DeSoto area for more than 25 years.
I mean, they were the nicest people. It's just, I can't believe it. Zelma walked down the street, you know, all the time, every morning, you know, and a lot of times I'd go out there and talk to her, and she was walking, and everybody liked Jim and Zelma.
In this newly uncovered archive footage from 1996, then Jefferson County Sheriff Glenn Boyer discussed the grisly nature of the killings.
Both of them had appeared to have been shot at least one time while they was lying in their beds.
Now the Longs' killer, 56-year-old Carman Deck, is set to become the 5th person executed in the United States in 2022.
We are walking through the killing fields in Missouri at the average of every 6 months since 2019 having an execution. This will be the 4th one under Governor Parson's belt.
Early Monday morning, both Governor Parson and the Supreme Court declined to grant clemency in the case, but Elise Max still holds out a faint hope the execution could be stopped.
Right now, there is a motion before the U.S. Supreme Court for a stay of execution.
With each passing moment, even the most ardent supporters of Deck admit it's a long shot that his life is spared.
The rest of our work throughout this clemency campaign is just to make sure people know that Missouri will be executing in our names tomorrow evening.
However, that's not stopping Max and the Missourians for Alternatives to the Death Penalty from asking people to hear their pleas for help.
2 wrongs don't make a right.
I spoke with members of the Long family by phone on Sunday, and they told me that they plan on being at the prison in Bonne Terre as Deck takes his last breath. They told me it will bring not only closure to their lives, but closure to the lives of their parents as well. Ann?
Tonight, a man hired to prevent violence on the streets of St. Louis is behind bars, accused of destroying evidence tied to a murder. Jerome Williams won national attention for his work with the city's Cure Violence program. He became a free man 14 months ago after serving 30 years behind bars for a deadly kidnapping in the early 90s. Now, federal prosecutors accuse Williams of destroying a Social Security card and tossing a burner phone that belonged to the man who was killed in Penrose Park last month. Just hours ago, the community came together to remember a beloved business owner and community activist who lost his battle with cancer.
St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones declared today Orlando Watson Day. Brent Solomon is live now with more from those who spent the day honoring him. Brent?
You know, Watson owned 2 restaurants called Prime 55, one of them right here in downtown St. Louis. Tonight, those who knew him the best just wanted to do something to bring people together, especially those who are mourning his loss, so that they could do it together. I don't know. A song of inspiration meets a sea of white as a huge crowd gathered Monday night at the pageant in St. Louis. He wants to be beside me. It's a jovial celebration of life, honoring 48-year-old Orlando Watson, a music executive and community activist who passed away on April 17th following his public battle with cancer.
He is such a special person that gave and touched so many people that we want to make sure we send him off right.
Personal reflections and solemn tributes, helping remember a man who touched lives. Perhaps one of the biggest highlights coming from Mayor Tashara Jones.
One of the most honorable things I get to do as mayor is proclaim days for people who are important to this community. An unexpected moment leading to a standing ovation. So it is my honor to proclaim today, May 2nd, 2022, as Orlando Watson Day in the city. The event followed a car parade from Heman Park to Kingsland Highway. That's where supporters came face to face with officials from Representative Cori Bush's office, County Prosecutor Wesley Bell, and Board of Aldermen President Lewis Reed, who all handed over proclamations to Watson's family.
He raised all of us up and showed us we can make it no matter what we were up against.
And the night was just full of those kind of tributes. Watson would have turned 49 later this month. Live in downtown St. Louis, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Tonight, there's a lot of attention on social media regarding drunk driving legislation, which is headed to the desk of the Tennessee governor. Some suggest it should be introduced nationwide. Our Verified team found the idea for the law originated right here in Missouri. Here's Ariane Dale.
Tweets claim that lawmakers in Tennessee have passed a bill that would require drunk drivers to pay child support if they cause the death of a parent. Now people on social media are pushing for more states to consider similar legislation. So let's verify. Have Tennessee lawmakers passed a bill that would require drunk drivers to pay child support if they kill a parent? Our sources are Tennessee House Bill 1834, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's office, Missouri House Bill 1954, and Mothers Against Drunk Driving. The bill is called Tennessee House Bill 1834, and it was introduced in January 2022 by Republican State Representative Mark Hall. The bill requires a defendant who is convicted of, quote, vehicular homicide due to intoxication or aggravated vehicle homicide, unquote, to pay restitution in the form of child maintenance to each of the victim's children until they're 18 years old and have graduated from high school. Under the bill, the amount of money owed to the child and surviving guardian is based on the financial needs and resources of the victim's family and the standard of living to which the child is accustomed. Both the Tennessee House and Senate have unanimously passed the bill, but it hasn't been signed into law yet by Tennessee Governor Bill Lee. A spokesperson for his office told Verify on April 26 that Governor Lee will review the final legislation once it reaches his desk. Tennessee got the idea for this bill from Missouri, where they're working on a bill called Bentley's Law, named after Missouri resident Cecilia Williams' grandson, who lost both his parents and 4-month-old brother in a suspected DUI crash. Like Tennessee's bill, Bentley's Law would require drunk drivers to pay child support for victims' surviving children. So we can verify, yes, Tennessee lawmakers have passed a bill that would require a drunk driver to pay child support if they kill a parent. But it isn't law yet. According to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, nearly a dozen other states are considering similar legislation. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
We just checked state records. Bentley's Law passed the Missouri House just last month. The bill is currently in the Senate. And tonight, the drunk driver accused in the deaths of Bentley's parents and little brother awaits trial. David Thurby is scheduled to be back in court on May 18th. A jury trial is scheduled for August. This crash happened on Highway 30 near Upper Burns Mill Road in April 2021. Thurby is accused of rear-ending the family, forcing their car off the road and into trees. What can we verify for you? To get in contact with our team of fact checkers, text the word verify to 314-425-5355.
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. The untimely death this weekend of country star Naomi Judd is shedding light on mental health and depression. The 76-year-old singer's daughters, Winona and Ashley Judd, share they lost their mother to mental illness. Local behavioral health advocates say suicide can impact anyone.
No one is removed from suicide risk. It can happen to me, it can happen to you, it can happen to people we care about. The biggest battle that we fight in suicide prevention is this idea that it only happens to those people. Suicide can happen to anybody.
If you or someone you know needs help, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. Help is available 24 hours a day. New video tonight of a pedal pub crash in Atlanta that injured 15. The big changes this could bring to the popular industry, including here in St. Louis. Smartphone repairs. The costly fixes can now be done DIY, but it may not be a smart move.
And we're not done with rain after this batch moves out. When the next round of rain rolls in, and if it dries out in time for Mother's Day.
New video tonight showing the moment a pedal pub crashed in downtown Atlanta, injuring more than a dozen people on board. You can see the large-scale bike as it topples over. Police say it was trying to make a turn when it crashed. All 15 passengers were taken to the hospital. 5 people suffered critical or serious injuries. Legal experts say this crash could lead to big changes for the popular pedal bars across the country.
I would expect this to lead to tighter regulation and enforcement of the ordinances that are already on the books, and perhaps some cities, Atlanta included, may reconsider allowing this type of operation to even exist.
The driver was arrested and charged with DUI.
Tonight, St. Louis native Timothy Cardinal Dolan is in Poland after making a surprise visit to Ukraine.
Hi, everybody. We're sorry to disturb you. You should be sleeping. We come from America to see you.
The Archbishop of New York visited the city of Lviv in western Ukraine. He met with church leaders, refugees, and members of the Ukrainian Catholic University. Dolan has been in Europe on a relief mission to help Ukrainian refugees. His visit into the war-torn country was kept secret for security reasons, and he'll head back to New York City tomorrow.
New smartphones can cost more than $1,000, but now Apple users can save money by making those repairs themselves. But as a new Consumer Reports investigation reveals, those DIY repairs can be harder than you think.
There was one time where it got so cracked that the screen started to go black and everything.
A lot of the times I'm just getting out of my car and it falls out of my lap and falls onto the concrete.
One time I left my phone on the back of my car at Trader Joe's parking lot, drove away, realized I left it there, came back, and it was smashed in the middle of the street.
We've all been there before, but it turns out most people with a broken phone don't even try repairing it. But why?
When we surveyed people about this a few months ago, a lot of people said they don't fix their smartphones when they break because it's too expensive to do it, and a lot of other people said it's too inconvenient.
Replacement parts can also be hard to find, and instructions for fixing phones are scarce. Plus, newer phones are made with glued-in batteries and special screws that can't easily be removed. And you may think you'll void the warranty if you repair the phone yourself or at an independent shop, but that's not true. And now some states and Congress are taking notice of these unfriendly consumer practices.
Lawmakers in a number of states and Congress are considering bills that would make it easier to repair your own things, including your smartphone.
And for the first time, Apple says it will make some parts and repair manuals available to consumers and repair shops. And Microsoft has reportedly said it would work to make some of their devices easier to fix. Both a win for the environment and for consumers. If you have a busted phone, Consumer Reports says you can compare prices between authorized repairs and independent shops. Also, check if you have any insurance through your credit card or if you signed up for a repair plan like Apple Care. Well, if you're living to the west of us, you are probably seeing some lightning and hearing some thunder, right, Scott?
Yeah, and I think that's going to continue here for a while. Look at this area of showers and thunderstorms rolling up Highway 44 towards St. Louis right now. It's into Sullivan, not only with downpours, we may be looking at a little bit of pea-sized hail, but look at all that cloud-to-ground lightning here. That sky is lit up, and that's the case back towards Jefferson City as well. These storms, yes, they have intense rainfall. They are loud. They are noisy with all that thunder, but they are not producing severe weather. There may be some pea-sized hail. This is going to be into St. Louis in about 45 minutes. So between 11:15, it'll be in St. Louis proper. These storms aren't quite as strong that are west of Troy, out towards Truxton and Hawk Point, but you head out 70 and you do run into that fairly steady rain once you get past Warrenton, and that takes you out to Kingdom City. That band of storms that went through Kansas City has weakened a little bit. These, though, northwest Arkansas down into Oklahoma, still producing some gusty winds and some damaging winds. Even down towards New Madrid, we have a severe thunderstorm warning. Right now in St. Louis, though, just clouds at the moment, 61 degrees. Hard to believe. We only had 0.02 of an inch of rain, even though it rained for about 3 hours this afternoon. Very light. 65 was our high. We will see more rain, though, as we head through the overnight hours. These showers and storms, as they come through St. Louis, some of us will get more than 0.5 inch of rain in pretty short order with these showers and storms. But as they cross the river into Illinois, and by the time we get to about 5 or 5:30 tomorrow morning, they will weaken quite a bit on the Illinois side of the river. That will leave us with scattered showers back towards the metro area. Cold fronts actually coming through tomorrow morning, and so we really don't anticipate much more in the way of rain during the day tomorrow. We're going to get most of it overnight tonight. As this front swings through, winds turn to the west, we're going to be stuck tomorrow afternoon in the upper 50s to low 60s, and winds could gust 25 to 30 miles per hour. And this isn't the only rainy system we have to deal with this week. Most of Wednesday's dry, but come Wednesday night into Thursday, showers are going to spread across the area, maybe some thunder, especially later in the day south of St. Louis. That'll keep moving, but on Friday, we're in the wraparound. So chilly weather expected for us on Friday. That severe weather threat Thursday is mainly south of St. Louis. And again tonight, while it's noisy, we're not anticipating severe weather. Temperatures tonight drop, holding around 60, 65 tomorrow, 68 on Wednesday. Here's the good news. We're clearing out in time for Mother's Day and warming up.
And on the Illinois side, morning commute tomorrow, you think okay?
Just a few showers around. The roads will still be damp.
All right. Thank you, Scott.
Well, it's a very proud night here at 5 on your side. The St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame hosted its 2022 Missouri Enshrinement Dinner. And among those inducted into the hall tonight, our very own sports director, Frank Cusimano. I've worked with Frank for 3 decades, including side by side in the sports department, and there is no one in the country who has more passion, works harder, and cares more about St. Louis sports than Frank. He'll play it down, talking about the other names going into the hall tonight. But Frank, congratulations. This is so well deserved.
Congrats.
Wow. Thank you so much. Does that mean I don't have to pay you back the money I owe you, Mike? That's really nice.
No, I'm still waiting for the check.
Yeah, he's still waiting for the check, Frank. Come on now. Congratulations.
Hey, think about this sportscast coming up. O.J. Anderson, Mark Burley, a thrilling Cardinals win, and a wonderful Blues start in the postseason. And it's all for free. Stick around.
Chasing the Cup, sponsored by Car Shield.
The postseason has begun for the Blues, and have we ever had more of a contrast in goal? Minnesota's Marc-Andre Fleury started his 163rd postseason game tonight. Ville Husso started his first. Now, the one thing the Wild can't do is kill penalties, and the Blues are a beast on the power play. David Perron with the rebound blast 1-0 note in the first. A little bit later, Ryan O'Reilly will slip it past Marc-Andre Fleury, and right now the Blues lead it 3-0 after 2 periods. Hey, with the Blues, scoring has never been a problem. With the Cardinals, it has become a problem. In 6 of their last 9 games, they scored 2 runs or less. Fortunately, today against the Royals, they only needed 1. And here it is. Paul Goldschmidt got the day off yesterday. He did not today. In the first, he took Zach Greinke deep, 1-0 Cardinals. Goldie's average is now up to 296. And Steven Matz was brilliant. He went 6 scoreless, walked no one, and he struck out 4 today. That is a big start for him. Got to see the catch maybe of the year. Michael A. Taylor robs Andrew Kisner. That is truly amazing. One more time. Hey, Giovanni Gallegos has struggled. Today he was sharp. The game-ending strikeout. Cards win 1-0. And their skipper thinks the man who provided all of the offense today could be nearing a power surge.
I see a guy that's calm right now. He's not chasing hits. He's sticking to a game plan, whether it works or not. And when he has conviction in his plan and he sticks to it, we start to see what we're seeing right now. So credit to him. Pretty nice job.
Good things happen when you appear on Sports Plus. Nolan Arenado has been in the National League Player of the Month. Hit .375, 5 homers, 17 RBIs. His .1125 OPS leads the National League. He's 3rd in batting average and 2nd in RBIs, and he's likely 1st in outstanding plays, too. Well, tonight in Sunset Hills, they had some stars out for the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame induction. There is the great Danny Cox, who we will hear from tomorrow. There's the electric O.J. Anderson. How about the all-star Mark Burley? Also going in, Curt Flood. His daughter, Shelley, told me what this night meant to her.
It means that people will know the history. I've always been very concerned about my father's legacy, people not knowing. When I was growing up and someone would introduce me as Curt Flood's daughter, that person would say, who? So as a child, that was misunderstood. So today means that once again, someone is recognizing the history, the legacy, the contribution that my father made.
You play this game to go out there and have fun and try to win games. You don't do it for any recognition like this. So obviously when they called and asked me to be a part of this and I was getting inducted in this, hard to turn down. You got to be here. And, but yeah, it's a great honor. Something you don't play the game for honors like this.
Finally, how would you like to be remembered as a football player?
Someone that gave his all, every play. I played to the best of my ability. I tried to get a fan a show. They paid their money to be entertained, and I wanted to entertain them every time I had the chance to play.
I was at his first game, 1979, hot day at Busch Stadium. He ran for 193 yards, including a 76-yard burst. I'll never forget it. It was such an honor to be with him tonight.
And Frank, congratulations once again to you. We'll be right back.
And we are tracking these showers and thunderstorms in and across the area. It's going to get noisy in St. Louis in the next couple of hours. That may keep some of you up, especially here already off to the west and southwest as we're tracking those storms into St. Clair right now. They'll be in the immediate metro area within the next hour, hour and a half. Nothing severe, but a lot of noise with all that thunder and lightning, some downpours, maybe even a little brief gusty wind, but severe weather not expected overnight as these storms roll on through. And
this is not your average bear. Take a look. A Connecticut man walked out to his driveway and found a bear just sitting in the passenger seat of his mom's car. How terrifying is that? He then noticed the bear also broke into his pickup truck first. In both cars, the wild animal caused a lot of damage. The man called a police and they deployed a beanbag round, and that was enough to just scare the bear away.
Yikes. You know what they call that? Pandemonium.
Ah, that's pretty good. Not a panda, but I
know
agree
it's
with
not
the
a
stretch.
panda.
I agree with the stretch.
There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
Guests tonight, Norman Reedus and Paula Pell. Start your day with Today in St. Louis at 4:30 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.